with the team. She was already frustrated because we redid captains, and the first semester it was 3 seniors. The second semester was the same 2 seniors, but then CJ didn't get voted in, and I got voted in.
Okay.
And we were best friends, and so I remember. Yeah.
That's hard. That's power dynamic switch.
Oh,
yeah. It's really big.
It was really, really weird, and I remember they announced the name, and then I just, looked over at her, because I wanted to be excited, because, I mean, this is something I wanted. I love this team. And I looked over at her, and her mouth was just open, and then she, left crying, and so I felt so bad. And then after that, for a long time, there was, a weird kind of tension with us, because all of a sudden that, like you said, that power kind of switched.
And it's also probably strange to her since she was a senior and you're a sophomore currently.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I'm telling her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that she felt that she deserved it more than you?
Mm-hmm. I think so. I mean, any senior would feel like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had only cheered 3 seasons at the time, whereas they had cheered 8,
Mm-hmm.
And so
I guess the team must have seen something in you that they really liked if they would have wanted to change leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just weird with the juniors and the seniors, but especially with this one girl, because, I love her. I love her. And we're fine now, but that just created a lot of, drama, I guess. And we, didn't talk that much all of a sudden. And we worked it out, but...
About how long did that conflict last?
Probably, 2 or 3 weeks before we actually sat down and, talked it all out. Because I think at the beginning, we were kind of, trying to deny that we had an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were just, not hanging out as much, not talking as much, just trying to, avoid it. And then it got bad, and then it got worse. Mm-hmm. And then we were we're best friends. What are we doing? But that was after she was already completely off the team. That we finally, made up.
That must have seemed even longer than 2 to 3 weeks since you guys are living with each other.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, it did. If I knew she was in the kitchen, I would, wait, and then wait to hear her walk upstairs, and then I would go in the kitchen. It was just, so tense. It was so tense.
So it basically, disrupted your entire day.
Yeah.
Just avoiding her.
Yeah, and I can't stress it enough. I love this girl. She's my best friend ever, but it was just so weird and tense. And her quitting the team, I think, added to just the stress and the pressure on the team.
Okay.
So I think that was a big factor.
Were there any specific conflicts that came up after CJ quit?
Not so much. We had another girl quit earlier in the season, and that was fine. We kind of already knew she was gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
But just having people leave is so frustrating because we have to rework everything. We get every single stunt, we have to rework the fight song. We do that 4 times a game. And so that just stresses everyone out because they're getting moved around and people have their preferences, and my coach isn't one to say hey, suck it up, we're doing this. So he'll try to work with everybody, and it just adds to tension and frustration.
How does your coach deal with it when his position of authority is challenged?
He does everything in his power to be people's friend.
How do you think that's working for the team? Do you think that he should continue trying to be their friend or step up more to how the previous coach acted?
Yeah, I think he should definitely step up more. It's not so much that the previous coach did it, but I'm just comparing this to my high school coach right now.
Okay.
And my high school coach was bomb. She yelled at us, but we were really good.
Yeah.
And she wasn't everyone's friend. She wasn't our friend, period. Mm-hmm. As a coach, as I believe a coach shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. She wasn't your friend, but we were corrected and we were good. And looking back, I love her. She's my favorite person in the world. But our coach now tries to be everyone's friend, tries to work everything out. I have not been yelled at or corrected one time. I've been here cheering here for 2 years. I've not been corrected one time.
Okay.
And I'm not a perfect cheerleader by any means. So I'm just so frustrated because I feel like I'm seeing all these things that could be done better, and I have no control over it.
Well, as a captain, do you think that you could implement any ideas to get it to be better?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like my co-captain, her name's Kelly, we've tried and we've had talks with the team and we've had talks with the coach, and it's one of those things where like you'll start something and it'll be fine for a week and then it'll just kind of fade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It just sucks.
So you are looking to find a more lasting solution?
Yes. But I just don't see my coach, his name is Alex, I just don't see him as that type that will ever be like that. You know what I mean? Just because he tries so hard to be liked by everybody that in the end it's damaging to the team as a whole.
Have you considered talking to him about this?
No. I mean, I've considered it, but I haven't done it just because I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, like it sounds like it would be really uncomfortable for you. But how you're talking about the problems right now, it seems like you feel like it's necessary that someone says something.
Yeah. We had to fill out, at the end of the season, all the Hope teams get like a survey, and it's an anonymous thing, and they want to know how your coach is doing, so I kind of wrote some things in that. But anything I wrote won't be implemented until, like, next year.
Okay.
So we'll see. He's planning on making changes already. He wants to, like, cut practices in half, only have it, like, 3 times a week. And so hopefully that will kind of alleviate some of the negativity just from girls not wanting to be there because you're only there half the time now. So, like, what do you have to complain about? You know what I mean?
Do you think practice time amount right now is excessive? That it'd be better?
Yeah, because we're not competing this year.
Okay.
So we're kind of just, we'll like show up to practice, warm up, do our laps and whatever, and then practice the same game stuff over and over for like 8 months.
So it's really repetitive.
It's really repetitive, and there are some practices where we don't learn anything new at all. And we're not improving at all. We're just, like, kind of sitting around for 2 hours.
So you feel like you guys have just hit a plateau?
Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I don't know. It's, like, so much a part of my soul that I so badly want this to be the best it can be. And it's just not right now. You know?
Sounds really frustrating, since it's so important to you.
Yes, it is so frustrating. It's like, my baby. And I don't know. I just want it to be, I mean, we have so much potential. I feel like I have a little bit of resentment towards Alex just because I know our team has so much potential and we're all really good cheerleaders. I feel like if we had a better coach, we could be even better. You know what I mean? Because right now we're taking all the skills we had in high school and we're just applying those. We're not getting anything new. We're not growing together at all.
Yeah.
And so I feel like a lot of that has to do with Coach Alex. It's because he's not pushing us to do anything. We're just doing what we've done for 4 years in high school, you know?
Do you have any ideas as to how you could possibly change his coaching style without